In this video, we'll have a look at how to set up an email action to send out automated email. So we head over to our admin section again, and under automation, we go to email actions, and we'll create a new one, and we'll just say this is going to be a welcome email, give it a name. What email address is it going to come from? So let's say it's going to come from me. The from name will be subject line, welcome to Macanta. I can give it a description. I can add some preview text. And then signature relationship. So this is if I'm going to merge the signature in, so it's dynamic depending on who's got the relationship with the data object driving the email. So I can just go in and say it's going to be the sales rep that has that relationship. I have the option to add CC and BCC in on the automation as a form of notification, but we'll leave that out for the moment. Then the email starts with a simple template. So let's go and save where we are. And then we can edit this email here. So let's give it a name. And we'll leave the logo. We can get rid of that image. We won't be using that. And in fact, we can get rid of that whole section. And I'm not going to use the button either. So we'll leave the rest as is, just as an example. And then you have access to merge values. So if I go and take that out so we can see this clearer, then we've got the first name merged in there. And then I can also go in here. So I can merge some preview text, send a signature, file upload links and stuff we'll come to in another video, and then any of the values for the contact, and then also any of the opportunity values in this instance. So let's say, for instance, we are going to add the date, and I can add in the next action notes. And I can then save that. I can come and edit. I can add links, whatever I need to do. I can, of course, go in here and add more images. It's all just drag and drop. I can add items in as I need to. And then, all important, make sure you save that. We can close that window and we save here. So now we have that email there sent. I can then send a test email here by entering the contact ID, the pipe symbol, and then the item ID. So to just show you, if we go with the opportunity here, this contact doesn't have any. So let's go and find one that does. So contact ID up here is 6. And if I just go and find this ID here for that particular data object, copy that. And if we go back, then we can show you how to do that. So then I'm here and I can then go 6 pipe and then the ID and then send. And what that'll then do is it'll send it to that contact and it will merge in the values from that particular data object. So that's how you run your test. And then same as with our webhook action, the email action is simply a payload inside a trigger action. So if I then want to send out this email, I go back to my trigger action, and I can say, well, actually, the first thing that happens is that the date created is set. So I can actually just there add my email in as a payload. So I can select that there, and I can save. And if I now go back to my automation group just to make sure, I can then see when the date created is null, set the date created, because the date created in this instance is null when it's a new opportunity. So what it's then going to do is run that trigger action. It's going to set the date created, and it's going to send out the email in the same way that with this one, we send out a webhook at the same time. We're now with this one sending out an email at the same time. So emails are payload items the same way that a webhook or any of these others are. And that is how you create your email action in Macanta.